I couldn't believe this. According to a new poll just came out, Americans trust Judge Judy more than they trust Supreme Court justices. Yeah, Americans say Judge Judy won their trust after her landmark decision in the case of Drunk Lady versus Other Drunk Lady. A big case.
I don't blame them on it. There's nothing special about the Supreme Court. To me, it's just a regular court with sour cream.
New Secretary of State John Kerry went over to see Vladimir Putin over there in Russia, the evil Vladimir Putin. Yeah, yes. And John Kerry, Secretary of State Vladimir Putin, kept him waiting for 3 hours. They had a meeting, kept Secretary of State John Kerry waiting for 3 hours. Yes, 3 hours. He had a good excuse. He was on the phone. Putin was on the phone with Dennis Rodman. But that was...
After all, partisanship has made it almost impossible for anything to get done in Washington. Congress can't raise the debt ceiling, they can't pass a budget, and the House spent all last week debating whether they're deadlocked or gridlocked until they finally reached a stalemate.
Hey, this is a pretty shocking story. The chief of the Air Force's Sexual Assault Prevention Program has been arrested, accused of groping a woman's breast in a parking lot. Then unbelievable, the colonel in charge of preventing sexual harassment has been caught groping a woman. He was charged with assault and irony, if I'm not mistaken. Groping a woman's breast. I don't think what the Air Force had in mind when they came up with the slogan, aim high. I don't think this is what they were talking about.
Anyway, the volcano in Alaska is still giving off low-level emissions. It's called the Mount Cleveland volcano.
Mount Cleveland?
Mount Cleveland, yeah. It was named after the President Grover Cleveland. And President Grover Cleveland, very hard to say that. It's not really, it just, for me it is. But the volcano was named after Grover Cleveland. President Grover Cleveland was named after a Muppet. And...
It's true.
The volcanic ash can mess with the airplanes. We don't want to let this volcano disrupt air travel. Whose job is that, Jeff?
Well, that's the government.
The government's job, exactly. Yeah. Anyway, we have to protect Alaska. It's a great state. It's very important. It gives us a vital launching point if we ever attack Canada. It's a joke. When we attack Canada. Now, Grover Cleveland may have been a good president, but if a volcano is famous for its emissions, shouldn't it have been named Mount Clinton? See what I'm saying? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? You see where I've gone?
Yeah.
Because it'd be like, this volcano's about to
About you guys. Bill Clinton was being interviewed recently, and he said that despite all the speculation, Hillary hasn't said anything to him about running for president in 2016. Yeah, right. Though, in fairness, she hasn't said anything to him since 1998. So it's just...
Well, new predictions claim that 42% of Americans will be obese by the year 2030. They say the only way to stop it is for the government to step in. Oh, yeah, that'll work. When it comes to trimming the fat and tightening your belt, who knows better than the U.S. government? Yeah, they do a hell of a job.
New Jersey Governor Chris Christie says he's still adjusting after his surgery to reduce how much he can eat. Yeah, Christie said, I now have 6 free hours a day I don't know what to do with.
Time now, ladies and gentlemen, for it's time now for a segment we call History of Politicians and Weight Loss. Oh, God. I hope you enjoy this. Thank you.
February 2013. Governor Chris Christie underwent lap band surgery and has already lost more than 40 pounds. October 2011. President Bill Clinton switched to an all-vegan diet and lost over 25 pounds. March 1912. President Taft improved his appearance by installing a larger bathtub. This has been History of Politicians and Weight Loss.